So I love busting out my grandpa's old slide rule when we get into the trig unit in Geocon. Even has J. Allen engraved on the back and instructions on how to use this thing. So I learned how to use it, and it's kind of difficult and gives you a nice little appreciation for how easy it is to plug things into the calculator now. So I'm going to run through how to do some trigonometry on this thing, all right? So if we look over here, I've got S and T. Now, S is for my sine and cosine functions. T is for tangent. And you'll notice there's actually two numbers there. There's an 84 with an arrow and a 6 with an arrow. Then we have an 83 with an arrow and a 7 with an arrow. What's significant about all those numbers? They add to 90 degrees. Sine and cosine are co-functions of each other, so the sine of one angle is equivalent to the cosine of the complement of that angle. Oh boy, right, it takes a lot of thinking to do this, okay? So let's do the sine of 20 degrees. So I'm gonna take this hairline thing here, all right, and I'm gonna go to 20 degrees. I gotta find it, there it is, all right. So I'm gonna slide this over, so now it's in line with that 20 and that 70. And you have to know a little bit about sine, okay? Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is always the biggest side. So if I take a number and I divide it by a larger number, I'm gonna get a number that is between 0 and 1, all right? So I'm not gonna be at 3 point something, I'm gonna be at 0.3 something. Now, right here is the 5, right in the middle of 3 and 4, and I'm actually, I'm at, it looks like 3, 4, and then 2, okay? So it'll be 0.342. Not 3.42, but 0.342. These things are accurate to 3 digits, okay? Just 3 numbers. So we said 0.342. Let's check in the calculator. Sine of 20, 0.342. And I said that it would be the cosine of 70, right? They are co-functions of each other. So the sine of one angle is equivalent to the cosine of the complement of that angle. That's a common SAT question and ACT question where they ask you things about that, but we forget about it because you don't have to think about it like you had to think about on here as to which one to use. So kind of cool, makes you appreciate the ease of technology these days. And that's just the sine of 20. I didn't even solve a problem with it. I didn't even like find a missing length or something like that. So then you'd multiply beyond that, do a whole bunch of stuff. Anyways, I'm already tired just doing one problem on here. I don't know how my grandpa did all the math on this thing, like multiplying, dividing, square roots, logarithms, all that stuff, just with this bad boy right here. And they had a little book with all these decimals and stuff like that too. Crazy, okay? Otherwise you had to use like supercomputers. Now we got supercomputers.